Hey guys, Sarah B here, bringing you a studio circuit on demand for Harbor Square. I'm glad to be here today with you guys. Today you'll need some sort of resistance implement, whether that be dumbbells or bands, something that'll give you a little resistance. If you're doing it body weight today, that's okay. Try it out. There might be some things that you have to kind of change a little bit, but it'll be awesome regardless. I'll take care of the timer. We'll have five warm-up exercises at 30 seconds apiece, and then we'll get right into our mini little circuits for 1 minute exercises as we go through. Do what you can, pull back where you need to, have fun with it. Let's do it. We're going to start out in a plank position. If you have a mat or something soft on the floor, you're welcome to grab that. And we'll be on the floor just a little bit today. So if you don't, it's no big deal. But if you have that, you might want to grab that now. Starting out in our plank position in 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. Hands or elbows are right underneath shoulders. You're either on your feet or your knees, whatever feels good for you. We're going to go pike to plank. We're going to deactivate here in pike. Feel a nice stretch. And then as you come into plank, reactivate, pull belly towards spine, squeeze the glutes. If that doesn't feel good, you're here in a plank and then going back into your child's pose. 2 different ideas, kind of like cat-cowing the spine, getting body ready to move. Nice and easy on the way up. Just 30 seconds there. We're squatting, tap, and reach. Squat, tap, and reach. If you're tap or if you don't tap all the way, that's okay. We're still just looking for a little stretch here. Keep the chest up. And then reach nice and tall here. Squat, tap, and reach. 30 seconds apiece, one time through here for our first round. Just getting the body ready to move. We're not trying to go all the way into a squat or anything like that. Nice wide stance. Lateral lunge to the right, hips sit back. Left fingertips reach for right toes. We stand in a big star. Opposite side, left hip sits back. Right fingertips reach for the toes. If part of the movement doesn't feel good, take it out. If the window doesn't feel good for your low back, just sit side to side in that lateral lunge. Sumo squat, toes point out, nice wide stance. We reach our arms out and then we're gonna palms to the ceiling, pull back as we come out of our sumo. So we reach, retract. Almost like we're protracting or rounding the back as we reach out. Squeeze the glutes and we squeeze the shoulder blades together here. Getting that forward and backward motion, that protraction, retraction of the spine here, of the back. Stand up nice and tall, feet together. Right leg steps back, right arm reaches up and over. Step back lunge to reach. Feeling that nice stretch of that full side body. If the reach isn't comfortable, grab onto a chair or a wall. That'll help you with your balance a little bit. Feel a nice stretch. We're going back to that pike to plank or kneeling plank to child's pose in 3, 2, and 1. Find your plank. Shoulders over hands or elbows. Send the hips to the sky. And then right back down into your plank here. Find a nice stretch and then a reactivation. Otherwise, kneeling plank back into child's pose. Your choice. Find what works for you. Second round through our warm-up. You're getting a little deeper into your exercises, a little closer to being able to work out fully now. Nice and easy on the way up. We squat, tap, and reach. Squat, tap, and reach. Hips sit back in the chair. Squeeze the glutes to the top. Reach the arms long. Reach, reach, reach long. Like you're doing your longest good morning stretch. Bring them down. Keep the chest up. Going into that wide stance, lateral lunge, 3, 2, and 1. Nice wide stance here. Right hip sits back into the chair, chest stays up. Left fingertips to right toes. We stand up in the middle. Opposite fingertips to opposite toes. Always welcome to take that twist out of it if that begins to not feel good for you. Finding your breath now, starting to get that inhale and exhale down In and out of the movement. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Legs stay nice and wide. Sumo squat position. As we sit into our sumo, chest over hips, arms reach forward. As we stand out, we pull, retract. Sumo to retract here. I have you for a small amount of time during the week. I like to make sure we get lots of posture moves here. Lots of stuff to pull us out and open. 3, 2, and 1. Feet are together. Right leg steps back. Right arm reaches up and over. Switching legs. Left leg switches, steps back. Left leg reaches. Step back lunge and reach. 20 seconds. We get into our first circuit of the day. Our longest mini circuit. 4 exercises. We grab our weights or our resistance implement, and we'll get right into it in 5, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to take my mat and push it off to the side. I'll need it again later. I'm going to make sure I don't trip over it. Grab your weights. Right leg stays forward. Right leg stays forward. We curtsy lunge with the left. We stand, drive the left knee and curl. Curtsy to curl. Palms face the screen or face ahead of you. Just a regular bicep curl. If that knee drive is too much for you, you're welcome to tap the toe and curl here. And again, reset up there. Curtsy lunge, we're just going to work a little bit different part of that glute, but our chest stays up and we curl. Bicep curl, secondary back exercise. We can still work that posture here. 5 to push. We switch to the left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let it go. Left leg stays. Right leg heads back in our curtsy this time. Butt of the weights face the screen. We squeeze to the top. Hammer curl. Curtsy to hammer curl. Left leg stays. Right knee drives. Beautiful. Working on that balance. Again, this might be something where you put the weights down or one weight down. You grab a chair or a wall for a little help balancing. That's all right. Make sure I know what we're doing next here. We have just about 20 seconds on the left to burn that left glute out. Working on a little bit different part of that bicep as we hammer curl. We head into a single leg deadlift and work the back of the arms with some tricep work here. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let it go. Right leg stays. Left leg's going to head back behind us. We hinge. Elbows brush rib cage. Tricep extension. Bend. Drive the left knee. Right leg stays. Hinge. Elbows brush rib cage. Bend and extend. And then come to the top. Right leg's going to stay. Always an option to tap that left toe. Hinge from there. Your pace now. It's just a single leg deadlift into a tricep extension. Remember though, there's that cue to pull elbows towards rib cage nice and tight and get them nice and high to do your tricep extension. Yeah. Again, we get to work the back a little bit, those posture muscles that we love to work here. Right glute feels it. Soften that right knee and then drop that left hip just a hair. Yeah, there you go. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Left leg stays. Arms, we hinge from the hips. Single leg deadlift. Palms face the back wall. While you're in your deadlift, you're going to bring those arms straight back behind you. Straight arm pull back, and then drive that right knee. Good. Same thing on this side. This time, though, we're not using that close grip pull. We're going to use our lats to triceps. Always an option to tap that right toe and hinge. Remember, though, it's a hinge, and that left knee stays nice and soft. And then you can say hello to your left glute now. Left knee stays soft. Hips stay closed off here. We've been here before, 13 seconds. We're going to head back through our first circuit, longest circuit of the day here. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. Right leg stays, palms face the screen. We curtsy on the right, drive the knee, bicep curl. Chest stays open. Chest stays over those hips. As we curtsy, we don't let that chest fall forward. We'll get a lot of low back that way. As our glutes get tired, we tend to want to use the path of least resistance, something else that can help us out, which a lot of times in a curtsy or a lunge or a squat will be our low back. Let's keep that out of it. Let's keep that strong glute working for us. 15, we leave this exercise behind us. Big exhale at the top. 5 to push. We go to that left leg, curtsy to hammer curl. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Left leg stays, right leg heads back behind us. Hammer curl, remember butt of the weights towards the screen. Knee drives. Ha. I think I forgot to mention this at the beginning. You should, hopefully, I would love you to have some awesome music playing that either drowns out my voice or just puts it in the background. That'll give you some motivation, some inspiration, maybe that you can keep a beat to if you're a person that likes to keep a beat. I love that for you to get into something. Especially as you get to those times where you forget, maybe momentarily, what it is that made you choose at home to put the workout on. Right leg stays. We hinge from the hips, single leg deadlift, elbows brush rib cage, bend and extend to stand. Single leg deadlift, tricep extension. Beautiful, chest stays up. There we are. Sometimes when you're in that spot of, oh, this is hard, or I can't do this anymore, or something that your brain is telling you that's probably is not true. Sometimes you'll find that piece of music that speaks to you, that motivates, that inspires you. And that's why we can use music to push on. That's why I would love it on for you. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let it go. Left leg stays, right leg heads back. Palms face the back wall. Hinge, straight arm pull, drive the knee. You have this final exercise for our first circuit, our first and longest circuit of the day. Right here is done. That's why you show up right here, to get it done, to feel strong, to feel inspired. That is inspiring yourself to know that you're worth it. Nice work, you guys. We head into a sumo squat, and we're gonna work on those shoulders and that back, those posture muscles. Find your last single leg deadlift to straight arm pull. Stand up, shake it out, let it go. Sumo squat position, toes point out. We are gonna slide down that elevator. Elbows come in front of your shoulders, palms face your face. We come down in this position. As we come out, we pull the weights apart, palms face the screen, and press overhead. Elbows come together, slide down, pull open, and press. Yes. So we like, ideally, to be in a position where we can activate our core, shoulders to hips, when weights go overhead, where we can use the power of our legs from our sumo squat to press those arms. Always an option to go one and then the other. Always an option to set the weights down if you're not going overhead, pull it into that upright row here. It's a great option. Shake it out, let it go. What are we doing next? Weights stay at the sides. Right leg, lateral lunge. Left arm reaches to the right toes. We drive the right knee and do an upright row with the left or a high pull with the left. Lateral lunge right, high pull with the left. Right arm stays nice and long. Chest stays up. A nice easy step out here. We're working on that eccentric contraction. Be nice and light on your step out. Option always to stay wide and lateral lunge and pull here. That might feel a little bit better on your knees, ankles, and hips, and that's all right. But if you can, let's get that eccentric contraction nice and controlled here. We switch it up to the other side. In 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. Weights at sides, left leg steps out. We reach right arm to the toes, right arm pulls. Beautiful. Here we are. So we're in a lateral lunge to a high pull. Ideally, we love that left knee, if balance allows it, to drive up and off, working on that balance. Lots of glute needs here, keeping those knees, ankles, hips, low back safe. Anytime we do any lateral movement, want to make sure we've got the stabilizing muscles of the outer glute working for us. Got a lot of muscles that want to take over for those, but we'd like those to work here. Inhale down, big exhale to the top. One last rep. And shake it out, let it go. Sumo squat position. We're gonna drive those hips down, sumo into press. Elbows out front, sumo to press. Glute squeeze, belly comes back towards the spine as we go overhead. Second round through, right here. We now know what the exercises are. Now we can push. We know this is the last time we'll see these exercises for our day, for our workout. Big exhale to the top. Beautiful. Even as those weights come out front, can you keep that chest up? Weights come out front, our chest stays up, we're not rounding forward. Yeah, beautiful. We lateral to high pull in 10. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let it go. Feet together. We step out right, lateral lunge to high pull, right knee drives. Lateral to high pull. And there it is. Hip sits back into that chair. Nice and easy. Check in with the toe, knee, hip stay in alignment. You're at your pace. Your pace might be nice and quick today, making sure you keep form. Maybe you have a quick song on. Your pace might be nice and controlled and slow, really making sure you're sitting into it, that your chest stays up. Remember, it's not a rotation of the spine. Our spine stays, but we reach with that left. Yes. One last rep here. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We step with our left. Arms stay straight. We step left. Right arm reaches. Right arm pulls. Left knee drives. We have got work on the left glute. We've got maybe, depending on how tight you are, a stretch on that right inner thigh. And then we've got balance on that right leg. The right leg stays soft. Yes. We're here together, you guys. Wherever you're at mentally, whatever you need from this workout, come get it today. You need it to be a space where it mimics your life, when there's hard stuff going on, and it's a breathing heavy push through like you need to do in your life. Let's mimic that. You need it to be an escape or all you can think about is the moves. Just think about the moves and the breath. Shake it out. Squat to press. Weights at the chest. We squat, stand, press. Easy peasy. Squat, stand, press. Keep that going. You're going to find your squat, stand, press here. Always an option to set one and then the other. Power from the legs. Try to find that inhale down. Exhale to the top, especially if this is something that mimics your life. Inhale down. Inhale, find that cleansing, new oxygen-rich breath. Exhale out anything that's not making you stronger. Push it out, up and out. Inhale down. Exhale to the top. We head into a stationary lunge in 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Right leg forward, left leg back. We're going to curl both arms, but we're going to only press the left. So look like that with this. We stationary lunge, so we're going to stay in our lunge position, drop into our lunge, curl, press left. Arms drop, legs drop, curl, press left. There it is, just like that. Drop, curl, arm press left here. I would like it to be a one arm press to get that core working against each other. Stationary lunge, curl, arm presses. Find your pace. Find what works for you today. Remember, anytime we go overhead, we're going to use that strong core from the shoulders to the hips to press and keep nice and stable here. Stationary lunge, curl, press, all the way on the heel of that right leg. Shake it out, let it go. Left leg forward, right leg back. Shoulders over hips, we slide down, curl. Now our right arm presses. Yep. Press through the heel of that left leg. Knee, toe, hip in alignment. I can still see my toes when I'm in my stationary lunge. I'm driving my legs straight down and straight up. I'm not coming forward or leaning way back. I'd like all my weight on my left heel here. Stationary lunge, curl, right arm presses. Find the breath, inhale to exhale. Inhale, cleansing, rich, new, oxygen-rich breath here. Exhale out anything that's not helping you. Anything that's not serving you today. That's not propelling you forward to what you're worthy of. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. We go back to our squat to press. Weights at chest, hips sit back, squat, stand, press. Weights stay in that close grip press position, so our elbows come right over our shoulders. We're not out here. Ideally, it's a little safer on those shoulders here. Keep it in that close grip press, squat, stand, press. You got this. You can find one arm and then the other, whatever works for you. Big exhale to the top. Second round through, what are you going to do with it? We know our exercises. You know what works for you. Now let's go get it right here. We got 2 rounds, 3 exercises right here. 15 to push. I'm right here with you. Chest, squat, stand, press. Always an option to go one arm and then the other. Going into that stationary lunge. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Right legs forward. Left legs back. We slide down our lunge. Curl. Left arm presses. Pushing through the heel of that right butt. This might not feel good for you. Maybe you take it back into a squat. Maybe you find something a little different that works for you. Sometimes if you have some sort of a stair or a box or a stool, you can put your back foot on it and work that way. That'll take a little pressure off that toe if you have some sort of a bunion or something kind of bothering your toe area. That sometimes feels better for people. Always an option to do that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's just about finding the right angle or the right position that can work for you, and you can still get just as much out of it. instead of sitting it out because it's not feeling great for you. Well, we never want you to push through pain. Now fatigue, we'd like to push through. Left leg forward, right leg back. We stationary lunge, curl, right arm presses. Second round through, we know what to do. You know what's working for you here. We have just over 30 seconds in this circuit. We're gonna head into a back fly. We're gonna leave the legs out of it. Curl, right arm presses, lunge, curl. There we are. Check in with that knee. Make sure it's staying in line with the hip and the toe, but it's still staying back behind. You can see the toe as you come down. If you were in a side view, go to near to your side, you could see that both your legs were close to 90 degrees as you lunged. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. We're gonna hinge from the hips. Send the hips back to the back wall. Arms hold like you're holding onto a beach ball. We let the beach ball go and we squeeze. Back fly. Pinch the pencil between your shoulder blades and then pull. If that does not feel good on your shoulders, elbows are brushing rib cage. You're gonna come into that close grip pull here. Other option, go one arm and then the other. Great core work to do it that way. We are working in a step back and rotate. We're gonna work on some rotation through the spine. We're gonna deactivate and reactivate because we do that so much in our everyday life. We wanna stay strong. This right here, what a great posture move. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Option to put down a weight or put down both weights. We're going to keep the right leg forward. Left leg steps back into a lunge. Hands come over the right knee. Left knee comes forward. Hands come, left leg stays, right leg goes back. Over the left leg, forward. Step back and rotate. So we step back into this deactivated position, or core stretched out. We have to pull the belly, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs to the center line to squeeze together. All of that is happening to keep that low back safe, to get into that twist. You might feel like your range of motion isn't great here. That's okay. You don't have to come all the way down into the movement and out of the movement. Find what's right for you. Remember though, our knee, toe, hip alignment stays here. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We head right back into that hinge, back fly. Option, close grip row. Remember though, close grip row, you really want to pinch that pencil and overemphasize that pull or that pinch to open that chest, especially if your weights are a little lighter. So you can easily go heavier there. Keep that going. We stay in that fly. Big exhale to the top. Short 2 exercise circuit right here. Big exhale, pause, be intentional. Squeeze. Hello back, hello posture. Tend to push. We leave this exercise behind us for the day. In 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. Option to set a weight down or both weights. Your choice here. We step back with that right leg. Hands come over the left knee to the front. Step back and rotate here. Finding your range. Finding what works for you. We're nearing the end of our circuit here, of our studio circuit. We've got 2 circuits left, 3 exercise, then a 2 exercise. We stretch a little, we say goodbye. What do you need? What can you go get right now? Internally, in your mind, out of the weights. What do you need to sweat out? What do you need to tell yourself in that internal dialogue? thoughts that are going to make you strong for the day, the evening. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We grab weight, 2 weights. We're going to hinge again from the hips, elbows brush rib cage. Tap right, tricep extension. We pulse 1, 2, stand. Hinge, tap left, elbows brush rib cage. We pulse 1, 2 to stand. Hinge, pull, 1, 2, stand. Now you find your pace, but that's the kind of movement we'd like. Always an option to float that back leg, but it's more of a lunge in that front leg this time than a single leg deadlift. We hinge and send that front leg bent. Yes. And 2, you can tap that toe or leave it hanging for a little extra glute work, but we are using that double pulse. Shake it out, let it go. Shoulders only, squat stance. Left arm comes forward, right arm comes to the side. Front raise, lateral raise. Inhale down, exhale to the top. Can you think about activating shoulders to hips here? Body stays against that movement. Beautiful. 2 exercises where we focus solely on upper body. We don't do that a lot in here. So here we make sure that we're stabilized against a movement. Teach ourselves that our core can be an activation or an act of stabilization against movement. We can keep ourselves safe when we're running, cycling, moving, tennis, golf. We can activate, stabilize, and then move. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're going to go back to that hinged position into a wide grip row. We hinge, palms face the ground. We pull elbows even with shoulders, pinch, and then we come forward. Option to tap a toe back and take a little pressure off the low back because we're going to be hinged a little bit in this circuit. Still working on pinching that pencil between the shoulder blades, activating those mid-traps and rhomboids first, our strong muscles of our upper back that keep our chest open. And then we start to work the rear delts here, the back of those shoulders that just kind of open up the shoulder girdle for us. Beautiful. Option always to go one arm and then the other. If it feels better to keep it close for the shoulder, keep it close for the shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. We're heading back into that tricep extension to toe tap. We hinge, tap the toe, elbows brush. 1, 2, to stand. I'd like to stand in the middle to get us out of that hinge position since we'll be there kind of a lot. Hinge, tap, brush the rib cage, tricep extension, double pulse. There you are. Any sort of letting that toe hang out in the air back there or keeping it tapped for a little bit more balance and stability. Just be intentional about what you're doing. Modify intentionally, push intentionally. Beautiful. 10 to go. We leave this exercise behind us. We head into just shoulders. And 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Squat stance. Shoulders over hips. We're tight. Shoulders to hips. Left arm forward. Right arm towards the side. Lateral raise. Front raise. Ha. There you are. You guys, we have this exercise, one more for our second to last round. We head into a 2 exercise round. We say goodbye. Right here. Recommit. I can, I will, I'm strong, I'm able. You know what? Maybe I'm worth it today. Whatever it needs to be, start getting that pumping through your head. Start getting that inhaled in. Let the negative, I can't say won'ts, Not strong enough, let those go. They're not serving you today or ever. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. We hinge. Wide grip row, elbows wide. Pinch the pencil between the shoulder blades and pull. Option to go one arm and then the other. Option to send the leg back. It might take a little pressure off the low back. Make sure the front leg's bent and pull here. Belly stays back towards the spine. You've got this. Wherever you're at, you've got this. Come on, let's do it. Finish it. Working that upper mid back. We still have that stabilization of our core. We're grabbing our mat. Gonna head down to some mat work for our last 2 exercises. Stay with me. 10 to go. Let's push. Come on. 10 to go. Yes. Pull. Be intentional. Pause. We set those weights down in 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let it go. I'm gonna roll my mat out. If you have something soft or a mat that you've been using, go ahead and grab that now. We're heading into that plank. We're gonna shoulder tap, toe tap, drive the right knee, drive the left knee. So you find your plank, shoulders over elbows or hands. We tap shoulder, shoulder, toe tap out, drive the right knee, drive the left knee. Shoulder, shoulder, toe tap, right knee, left knee. There's our exercise. Option, kneeling, same idea. Shoulder, shoulder, toe tap. Now on your knee drives, you're not gonna have as much clearance, but you can still get that drive and get that activation, trying to hold that stabilization from side to side. If you feel like your hips are swaying, take your feet a little bit wider. We're on our right side. We're gonna side plank on the right. We're gonna come into a kneeling side plank. We clamshell side plank, hips tap, clamshell side plank. If you like a little bit more, you're welcome to try to come into that full plank, lift it, lift the top leg. Hips tap, side plank, lift the top leg. Otherwise, we're all here, side plank, clamshell. We're gonna stay for our whole minute on this right side for our second and last final round through any of our circuits. We're gonna head to the opposite side. We stay on the mat. Elbow stays right underneath that shoulder. Hips, shoulders stay stacked. So we don't want our hips to rock out and get the hip flexor and the low back involved here. We'd like to stay in that glute med. Super strong medial muscle. Okay, we're back into our plank. So we're finding whatever plank worked for you, elbows, hands, knees, or toes. We know the drill now. We're gonna take our feet out wide if needed. We shoulder tap, toe tap, right knee drive, left knee drive. There it is. Shoulder, shoulder, toe, right knee, left knee. We're in our plank, always an option. Come up in your pike, inhale, exhale, right back down into that plank, and then get in it. Shoulder, shoulder, tap, knee, same idea from the kneeling plank. Shoulder, shoulder, toe tap, right knee, left knee. Option here. Maybe you find a full plank, a kneeling plank, and you switch off side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Left side. Elbow under shoulder. Kneeling plank, side plank. Up into a clamshell. Hips stay, shoulders stay. Tap the hip, extend up into your clamshell. Remember our option into that full side plank, that top leg lift. Make sure we're not dropping into the shoulder and letting the shoulder come up towards the ear. Keep the chest open, the lats engaged to keep us open and activated here. Can you give yourself 20 seconds to work? Strong work. Obliques, glute meds. Come on. Let's finish together here. We go into a little stretch in 10. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go. Let's come seated together. Crisscross applesauce if that feels good for you. Arms take a big inhale in. Reach up. Right arm comes down. We walk our fingertips out. Left arm comes up. We reach up, 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 and then over. Maybe finding that elbow, that right elbow on the ground. Or maybe it just stays in the air. Arms come down, big inhale up, reach, reach, reach for length. Left arm comes down on the ground. Walk the fingertips out. Right arm reaches up and over. Feeling that nice stretch through the side body. Bring that arm up and over, coming up into a half kneeling position. Right knee stays down on the ground. Left knee comes out front. Drive the hips up and under, feeling a really nice stretch through the front of that right leg. We'll switch to the opposite side. Right knee comes forward, left knee stays on the ground. Tuck the pelvis, finding a nice stretch through that front of that left leg. Really nice idea if you do a lot of squats, lunges, if you're a big runner, cycler, this will stretch out the front of that hip for you. You get up nice and easy. We've been down for a while. We'll come up to the top. We'll all take one deep breath in together. Reach, reach, reach the arms up. Breathe in gratitude. And exhale out everything else. Thank you for being here. I'm Sarah B. I'll see you next time on Studio Circuit.